my channel. So today I'm going to take you through my top rose perfumes. So it seems to be quite common at the moment for brands to bring out a flanker version of a perfume with rose in it, for example Armani Diamonds, and then there's like Armani Diamonds Rose or Rose Diamonds or something. So this seems to be the thing, so I thought I would get together a list of all my favourite rose perfumes. Some are flankers, some are original perfumes made specially to be rosy, and take you through them because I think there are lots of different types of rose perfumes as well. If you're new here, then welcome to my little perfume world on the internet. I'd love to have you here, so do subscribe and join in the comments below. So the first one that I have to start with is Jo Malone's Red Roses. This is probably the most rosy perfume, like pure rose perfume that genuinely smells like a bunch of roses. This is strong in the rosiness, in that it's absolutely the main note you get here. Like 90% of the smell is rose, and it's not light or fresh. It's very, very rosy, like smelling a ton of roses, perhaps roses that are a couple of days old as well. So rather than that green freshness, it's like an intense rosiness, but it's not musky or old-fashioned, it's just really rosy. So if you are like a massive rose fan, then this is probably the best one for you. The next one is by Annick Goutal and it's Rose Pom Pom. If you're not familiar with this French brand, they've actually just sort of redone their bottles and made them really cool. I think they're really pretty. And Annick Goutal has loads of different like floral and green fragrances, so check them out if you've not heard of them before. This one is very rosy, but there's also some fruity notes in here, so some raspberry, some black currant, but it is still really rosy as well. So this is like a fruitier version of the Jo Malone one. And there's peony in here as well, which helps keep it fresh, which I've noticed a lot of rose perfumes have peony in as well. I think the two flowers really complement each other from a fragrance perspective. So my next one on the list is Bulgari Splendide Rose. This one again has loads of rose and fruity notes, mainly blackberry, but it also has some musk underneath, so that makes it into more of a traditional perfume smell rather than a rose oil, rose extract smell, if that makes sense. And the musk really helps with lasting as well. But this is definitely a really sort of classy, nice fragrance. The bottle's gorgeous. You know, I love Bulgari bottles, I love the brand. And this is definitely a really good option if you like to have that musky undertone to a rose perfume. Next one is a kind of sweet rose, and it's the new one from La Vie est Belle from Lancome, called La Vie est Belle Rose. It has, the main note is rose, and it has that sweetness in again, like some of the others, so the raspberry, red berries, but it also has patchouli and musk in underneath, which really helps it last. And they've also put peony in here again as well, which helps keep it fresh. So this is probably, even though it's dominated by rose, I say it's like 60% rose, you do get the fruity and then the freshness in there as well. So a nice complementary fragrance notes there for the main rose one. Next is Elie Saab Le Parfum Rose Couture. So I'm a huge fan of Elie Saab Le Parfum. I just think it's such a sparkling, classy fragrance. So feminine, so womanly. And Rose Couture is essentially that exact same smell but with rose added. So really lovely. It's slightly sweet, but it's mainly like a core chypre type fragrance. And having the rose in there, and this is an eau de toilette, is perhaps a nice spring summer version of the original. And if you have the original, I think this would be nice to layer in it when you're in a rosy mood. Next up is Siobhan Sheehy's Live Irresistible Rosy Crush. I did a rundown of all the Live Irresistible fragrances. I'll leave the link above. But basically, this one is one of the most successful in the range because you really do get the roses. And this is probably the youngest of the ones I've mentioned. So even though it's rosy, it has that light peony in again. It's playful, it's innocent, and it's definitely not heavy. So this is probably the best one for someone looking for something young, sweet, light, but getting the rose in there. Next one is a famous rose perfume, Paul Smith Rose. This is very much all about the rose. I'd say it's like 70 or 80% rose that you get when you smell it. But this one is definitely musky, and there's also cedarwood in here as well. So it's quite an intense, slightly powdery but woody rose. And it's kind of like a rose flavored green tea or herbal tea, so not that fresh spring rose, but just like pure rose, like again a rose that's been alive for a few days and it's smelling even stronger than when it's first picked. I'm a really big fan, I know, with lots of rosy people, because it's reasonably priced and it's really rosy. Another Bulgari option is Rose Gold Deer. This is all about the rose, but has some fruity peachy notes in as well, and lots of peony. So this is like a fresh rose option, and beautiful bottle again. So really nice for a gift, perhaps for someone you know who likes rose and looking for something a little bit different and not that mainstream. Next is one from Aqua de Parma, which is Rose Nobile. This isn't as rosy as you expect it to be. Even though the liquid's pink and it's called rose, it still has lots of other notes mixed in here. So this is a good option if you don't want a pure rose fragrance. At first, when you spray it, you get orangey and sort of bergamonty notes, very Italian, and then you get the rose, and then it settles into like a musky rose. Really good quality products, Aqua de Parma, and the nice body lotions and everything that go with it are always beautiful. So again, a little bit different, you know, not as mainstream as others, and I think a really classy brand, classy bottle. A nice option if you want rose without a huge amount of rose in the perfume. Then my final one is Cafe Rose from Tom Ford. Now this is a woody incensey rose. So although you get that big rose hit, you really get the deep notes that are underneath this. There's coffee, there's amber, there's black pepper, there's incense. So really complex, deep, strong notes. Think like going into an incense cafe where there's loads of roses but also incense and wood stuff. So this is probably the heaviest of all the options, but it still does have that rosiness in here. So that's my rundown of what I think are some of the best rose perfumes out there. Let me know if you wear any of these, or if you have any other recommendations for rose perfumes, then do put them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and check out some of my other videos because I'm always uploading. But that's it. So thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.